The week of October 13, 2025, on The Young and the Restless promises to be one of the most emotionally charged and twist-filled weeks the series has had in recent memory. Every storyline connects in subtle but explosive ways, from Noah Newman's devastating crash to the mysterious sighting of Chance Chancellor, and from Kyle's obsession with Claire to the long-awaited debut of Sienna Bacall, a new player who brings both glamour and danger into the Los Angeles arc. Let's break it all down carefully and clearly. The week begins with Noah Newman's accident, which immediately sends shockwaves through the Newman family. Sharon Newman receives a devastating phone call while speaking with Nick Newman, learning that her son has been in a terrible crash. The spoilers hint that Noah's injuries are severe, possibly life-threatening, leaving Sharon in tears and panic. This event not only reopens Sharon's old wounds but also tests her emotional strength, as she faces the possibility of losing another child. The accident serves as a tragic reminder of how fragile life is, but it also sets off a series of mysterious observations, because while Sharon sobs in the hospital waiting room, a man quietly walks past and observes her from a distance. That man, according to the preview clip, looks exactly like Chance Chancellor. The strange thing is, Chance is supposed to be dead. His death was confirmed on-screen months ago, his funeral was held, and even Abby and Devin moved on from their grief. Yet this brief moment, a figure resembling Chance watching Sharon, raises immediate questions. Could Chance have faked his death? Is he alive but hiding for some dangerous reason? Or could this be a case of mistaken identity, perhaps a man who merely resembles him? The writers intentionally leave this ambiguous, allowing fans to speculate. What makes it more gripping is that Sharon doesn't see him. She's too lost in her grief over Noah. But viewers can clearly tell that the man is paying close attention to her, suggesting that if Chance truly is alive, Sharon might be the key reason he's returned to Genoa City's orbit. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott continues to spiral emotionally, consumed by his fixation on Claire Grace Newman. Claire, having traveled to Los Angeles with Holden Novak to escape the tension in Genoa City, just wants peace and distance. But Kyle refuses to accept her need for space. His persistence borders on obsession, and he convinces himself that if he can just talk to her, everything will make sense again. The preview shows Kyle confronting Victoria Newman, demanding to know Claire's whereabouts. Victoria, protective of her niece and aware of Kyle's erratic behavior, initially refuses to help. She reminds him that Claire needs to heal and that chasing her across states won't fix anything. However, Kyle's emotional desperation starts to wear her down. When he insists that all he needs is an address, Victoria hesitates. The look on her face suggests she's conflicted. Part of her wants to shield Claire, but another part understands that closure might only come if Kyle and Claire finally face each other. Ultimately, Victoria might choose a middle path. She won't give Kyle the exact address but may agree to accompany him to Los Angeles herself. This sets the stage for a tense confrontation that could explode once all three are in the same place. In Los Angeles, Holden Novak introduces Claire to a new character, Sienna Bacall, who makes her dramatic debut. Sienna is a nightclub owner, bold, stylish, and not afraid to speak her mind. When Holden and Claire arrive at her club, Sienna wastes no time making an impression. In front of Claire, she taunts Holden by saying, "Anyone is better than that last one you were with. Audrey something." The jab is clearly aimed at Audra Charles, but Sienna mispronounces her name deliberately, underscoring her disdain. The scene establishes Sienna as a woman who knows Holden's past, perhaps even too well, and who isn't afraid to stir tension between him and Claire. Holden tries to defuse the situation by insisting that Claire is just a friend, but Sienna doesn't buy it for a second. Her knowing smirk and cutting remarks suggest she sees through Holden's attempts to minimize his connection with Claire. It's clear Sienna has history with Holden, possibly romantic or professional, and she doesn't like seeing him bring a new girl into her territory. Claire, uncomfortable and confused, senses the tension and realizes she might not know Holden as well as she thought. Back in Genoa City, the fallout from Noah's accident continues to ripple through the Newman family. Nick rushes to be with Sharon, and the two find themselves pulled together emotionally once again. This shared trauma may reignite their bond, blurring the lines of their long and complicated relationship. However, the mysterious Chance sighting hangs over the scenes like a haunting shadow. If Chance really is alive, his reappearance could have massive consequences not just for Sharon but for Abby, Devin, and everyone connected to Chancellor Industries. Thematically, this week juxtaposes emotional vulnerability with unresolved mysteries. Sharon's grief draws out her deepest fears. Kyle's fixation exposes his inability to let go. Claire's journey to Los Angeles places her in new, possibly dangerous company, and the reintroduction of a character resembling Chance Chancellor brings back old questions about loyalty, deceit, and survival. By the week's end, nothing is fully resolved, but everything is charged with anticipation. Sharon remains unaware that someone from her past may be watching her every move.